You need cooling, baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you back to schooling.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR KKCS Cup Series. The second race of the second season. Last week, last month or so, it was the Daytona 500 where Chase Elliott, the number 9 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, was able to take the checkered flag after 10 laps and after outdueling 53 other drivers. Now we're here at the Oregon Road Course for the second year in a row. This year, we've had some improvements to the racetrack, and as the track has finished construction, so now we're going to see who can take it here. Kyle Larson's on pole today. We have a couple new and really good road racers here taking on one of their first road courses in this series. So we'll have to see what they'll be able to do. We have a good 42 drivers, I think, today. Shane Van Gisbergen's going to be the one to watch for, along with Connor Zilic. Can Chase Elliott go back-to-back and win again? Same with Michael McDowell. He won last year at this track. Can he win again? We'll have to see as we get into your ones to watch with Kyle Larson. He's starting on pole. Best place to start from. And there's not going to be as much chaos as there was last year, or last month, last race. So we'll see what he can do up there. Same with Shane Van Gisbergen. He's probably one of the best, if not the best, on-road courses. So we'll have to see if he can get his first KKCS win. Chase Elliott just won his first race last month. Now will he be able to go back-to-back and win once again? We'll have to see what he'll be able to do in that number 9. And Connor Zilic, he's been in a few races last season part-time, but now he's full-time this year, and he's hungry for his first win. We'll see if he can do that today as we're rolling off to get into your starting lineup. In row 1, it's Kyle Larson and Shane Van Gisbergen, and in row 2, it's Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott, your Daytona 500 champion. In row 3, it's Chris Buescher and young Connor Zilic, next to Alex Bowman and Ty Gibbs in row 4. In row 5, it's William Byron and your winner at this racetrack last year, Michael McDowell. And then behind them, it's Tyler Reddick and Jamie McMurray in row 6. In row 7, we have AJ Allmendinger and Ross Chastain. And in row 8, we have Daniel Suarez and Nathan Mares. In row 9, we have Chase Briscoe and Ryan Preece. And in row 10, we have Penske teammates Austin Cindric and Ryan Blaney. In row 11, we have Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch, two old friends. And we got Bubba Wallace and Carson Hocevar in row 12. In row 13, we have John Hunter Nemechek and Brad Keselowski. Behind them, it's Chandler Smith and Joey Logano in row 14. In row 15, we have Todd Gilliland and Matt DiMatteo, with Eric Jones and Justin Haley behind them in row 16. In row 17, we have Noah Gragson and Josh Berry. In row 19, we have Riley Herbst and Corey Heim. And in row 20, we have Ty Dillon and Cole Custer. Rounding out your field, we have in row 21, we have Austin Dillon and Harrison Burton making another start. And now we're going to take a look at your point standings coming into today. They're a little messed up because of Daytona, so we'll have to wait for them to normalize out next week most likely. But you see Chandler Smith out front with then your 500 champion behind him and all the other guys there. Track facts, we have a halfway bonus at lap 4. We have 42 drivers in the field. It's the second race of the season, and Michael McDowell is the defending winner. We're going to get the green flag out in the air, and we're racing in Oregon. Kyle Larson's going to come down down on the hairpin with SVG following right behind him there. He's going to come on the front straightaway. Larson's going to lead that first lap with SVG on his outside now. Through the hairpin they come, now around through the final corners. SVG has the lead now as Bell's going to hold on and to actually pass Larson there. You see Bowman moving up a little bit. And you can see Connor Zilic coming around for a second there behind his teammate SVG, who still leads coming on to lap 4. Now they're battling for the halfway bonus here. Who will take it at the end of this lap? SVG versus Connor Zilic. Zilic has the lead. SVG has nothing for him. Zilic will take the halfway bonus. As you see all the cars coming into view that are going to get points for that. As we see now Zilic still out front with SVG trying to track him down. Bowman there in third. As We're coming on to lap 6 now. And now you see the 87 leading. As SVG gets into the back of him, Zilich he's moved up the track. Zilich now back to his outside. They're coming. Zilich to the grass. They're both into the grass. It's going to allow Bowman to get through. Bowman and Bell to get through by the number 88. Bunch of splitter damage for the number 87 as we're coming onto the white flag here. With now SVG almost, he's closing in on the number 48. Bowman leads. He's coming out of 3 and out of the corner, and Alex Bowman will win in Oregon. What a crazy turn of events that led to Alex Bowman winning this race here. We saw some great action, some great racing between a bunch of these guys here, and that was it. That was what gave it up. Right there, you see Zilich goes through the grass, and then he goes down into the grass again, where both drivers had to slow down a little bit to avoid a penalty, and that is what gave Alex Bowman the race win. He got out ahead enough that it did not let Gisbergen get out or back out in front of him here. And as we can see, Christopher Bell now takes the points lead from Chandler Smith, who moves down to 4th and is tied for 3rd with Bowman. You can see SVG and Zilich both up there inside, above the cutoff there. We're going to look at your finishing results now with Alex Bowman winning the race. Connor Zilich comes back to finish 6th. SVG finishing 2nd here. We have Elliott finishing 5th. Larson finishing 4th from the pole. He dropped back early on in this race, and it's great that he's been able to recover this well. As we see Marez now finishing, Nathan Marez finishing 16th. That's impressive for him. He's in the 2nd race. William Byron in 11th. Jimmy Marie in 12th. First time that he's raced here. Bunch of other guys there. Kyle Busch finishing 21st. Logano finishing 27th. Chandler Smith, even with a 30th place finish, still managing to keep himself top 4, tied actually for 3rd right now. In the points, even with a 30th place finish. Points from Daytona, that really helped him out. So if he can string together a couple more good finishes, then maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to make the playoffs. As we see a bunch of other guys. Another thing, this race went caution-free. The first race in KKCS history that's gone caution-free. And we had no cautions as we see the end of your of your finishing results with Timmy Hill there. And you see it right here. Next race is the Bristol Night Race. We went here just a few months ago, earlier this year, in fact, for the championship where Martin Truex Jr. was able to win. Well, Martin Truex Jr. is no longer in the field full time, so we'll see who can do it.